Good morning, Yankees universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. I'm your guy, Hector, always joined by my co-host, Mr. TC Stills. Check out the intro, and we will be right back.
Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger, I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger, I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's a bet. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat.
Good morning, Yankees universe. Like I said, welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. Like always, I'm your guy, Hector, joined by my co-host, Mr. TC Stills. All you Yankee fans out there, wake up and get your coffee. TC, how are you feeling, bro?
Wow. Is this?
I think that sums it up.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, I thought I had a nightmare that the Yankees were, lost to the Angels, got swept by the Angels, but I guess it was reality.
It's reality. It's reality. We're living in it right now. This is one of the 7 or 8 or 9 circles of hell right now. Having to watch the Yankees day in and day out. Before we continue, let's give a little bit of a roll call quick. We gotta hype up the fans, for this conversation. My guy Ali Wise is in the building. Ali Wise, peace, God, hope all is good. My guy Jonathan is in the building. Avicii says, I still blame Ellsbury for everything that's going on. Absolutely, Avicii. Sunny Sunil is in the building. Big time Jerry's in the building. Uncle Tats and the Pinstripe Chronicles is in the building. If you guys didn't check out that episode with Uncle Tats, our friend Mikey Mazza, Scott Braun, and Jason from 161 River Ave, what are you doing? Go and check that out. My guy NFE is in the building. NFE, how you doing? Li Yankee King, the only troll in the Yankees universe we acknowledge is our guy Li. This is one of the good ones right here. Steve Schumann's in the building. Stevie Pooh, how you doing? 01LS1Z2ADABX. What it do? Salute. Jimmy Mathis is in the building. Our friend Anthony Garcia is in the building. Our friend AK47 is in the building. AK, I'm going to need you to take that and point it at my head, because the way that the New York Yankees have been playing, I'm going to need that straight to the dome. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you guys for stopping by. We are sitting at 982 subscribers. We are literally 18 away from 1,000. Wow. If you are watching this for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously with the algorithm. It brings in a lot of other Yankee fans to join in on the conversation. But TC, the Yankees, we got swept by the Los Angeles Angels, a 500 ball club. We're literally falling down the pits of despair right now. What do you make of it, TC?
Yeah, that was the first time the Angels swept the Yankees since those vest uniforms. Remember those vest uniforms they used to wear? That was quite a while ago. So, yeah, it's been a pretty rough stretch here for the Yankees. I mean, this is I don't know if it can get any worse. I mean, they just went 3-9 against the Cardinals, the Cubs, the Rockies, and the Angels. I mean, teams that we should have beat. We should have beaten up on all these guys. I mean, yeah, I know we have injuries, but these teams are below us, and the ERAs on some of these guys that were pitching all over 6 ERAs, and we couldn't muster up anything. It's pathetic. But what I'm telling you, what gets me more is the smiling and laughing and giggling in the dugout, like they don't even care. Rodon's blowing kisses to people, I mean, the guy 7 ERA, buddy. You haven't pitched in 3 months. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. And Glaber chasing guys around with cats. And the only guy that showed any heart was Tommy Canley. He broke a fan. Instead of blowing kisses, he hit a fan, an actual fan. Not
an actual fan, not a person that roots for the team. Not that type of fan.
particular event, but he showed some heart. He's frustrated. He's an old school guy. He doesn't come from all this, cupcakes and unicorns like Boone's, spewing out. So
Yeah.
this needs to something needs to happen, or the season's over.
No, definitely. And you bring up, the games against the Cardinals, the games against the Cubs, the Rockies. I'm just read off some stats from those starting pitchers, right? Jameson Taillon pitched 8 innings against us, no earned runs. He came into that game with an ERA over 7.
Yeah.
But he was able to pitch 8 shutout innings.
Worst pitcher in the NL, I think, at that time.
Anthony Gumber from the Colorado Rockies. He pitched 6 innings, gave up only 2 runs. He had an ERA that was close to 7 coming into that start. Anderson from the Colorado Rockies, he pitched 5 scoreless innings. He had an ERA that was 6.89. Canning, he pitched 5 2/3, 2 earned runs. He had an ERA of 4.62. Didn't he strike out like 14 of our guys at the same time?
I think
Pablo
so.
Sandoval from the for the Angels, he pitched 7 1/3, 1 earned. He has an ERA 4.41 ERA. So it's like when the Yankees face pitchers that are mediocre pitchers, we make them look like number ones. We make them look like the best pitchers in the league.
Yeah, yesterday they brought up a kid from AAA. What was his name? Start with an S. I don't know. It didn't matter. They could have brought up, the bat boy,
shit like that.
the ball girl could have shut the Yankees out. I mean, it didn't matter. I mean, they're getting guys that Walmart greeters are coming in and shutting the Yankees down. It's pathetic.
It's bad. Chase Sealef was the pitcher yesterday. He pitched 5 2/3. He gave up 1 run and he struck out 10 batters. You know what his ERA was coming into that game?
Batters.
You know what his ERA was? 5.30.
Unbelievable.
5.30. My guy Blue Gold is in the building. Salute, 3 capital S's. Guys, don't be deleting comments. If there's no comments that are out of place or out of pocket, please don't be deleting comments. L.I. Yankee King says, who cares about the guys laughing in the dugout or Torres scaring Escobar with a stuffed cat? What do Yankee fans expect players to just be NPCs? No, but we expect some players to just care a little bit. When it comes to the cat situation with Escobar, I'm just throwing this out there. You're beating the joke is over. It was funny during the World Baseball Classic. It was funny to start the season, but you're beating a dead horse.
Right.
It's the joke is over, is used up. Stop talking about or stop bringing up this fucking cat when having the conversations about Escobar. And I think all of us Yankee fans, the way that me and TC is feeling right now, we can all agree the Yankees suck right now.
Yeah,
we literally suck right now. The Yankees lost 7-3 and got swept by the Angels. Another dud from the offense. We are 3.5 games behind out of the 3rd wild card spot. That's embarrassing. Brandon Cuddy report, if getting swept by the Angels isn't rock bottom for the Yankees, they're on a journey to the center of the earth right now. Yeah, they literally are. Right now, it was embarrassing to get swept by the Los Angeles Angels. You remember, it's how it started, how the series started. We went in there. You got Yankee fans with big-ass Shohei Ohtani's face cutouts with the Yankee hat on, and everybody's saying, we're going to trade for Ohtani. We're going to trade. What did the Angels do? They took that energy, and they waxed the floor with us.
Exactly.
Waxed the floor with us.
Yeah.
The only hitter that they have in that lineup that is a major league hitter is Shohei Ohtani. Mike Trout's on the IL. Hunter Refno, he's been on how many different teams over the past 5 or 6 years?
Yep. They don't have Rondon. He's out. So it was Ohtani. And he beat us by himself with a couple of no-name guys that they just brought up. Hey, let's bring up our whole farm system and play the Yankees. This is a perfect time. Everyone's going to bat 400. And they did it. They did it. Even off Rodon, he was supposed to be our savior. 6 runs in 3 innings. What happened? What's going on?
Let me give a few shout outs in the chat real quick. Yankee Cows in the building. My guy,
What's up,
salute,
Kyle?
salute, salute. Damian Serrano's in the building. Fireball 657. I'm convinced none of them care at this point. Absolutely, Fireball. I definitely agree also. And Li, I understand what you're saying. We have a lot more to worry about than guys laughing in the dugout and Torres messing around with Escobar. I understand that. I get that. I understand that point. It doesn't help out our situation when our guys are in the dugout acting like that. It doesn't help our situation when you got Gleyber Torres running around with a fake stuffed cat. Yes, we have other stuff to worry about. We definitely have other stuff to worry about. It doesn't help us out in the moment if guys are acting like that. Go ahead, TC.
No. Boone has lost the clubhouse. He's lost the team. It's anything goes. I mean, these guys think, they'll just wake up the next day, everything's gonna be okay. We're fine. You hear Boone's press conferences. He doesn't answer questions. It's like, oh, it's amazing that Rodon pitches 96, or oh, they had professional at bats and we gave it a shot, and we're just coming up short. No, you're not. You have no fundamentals. Guys are getting Frenchie Cordero getting thrown out at third base. The ball's in front of him. That's a simple little league. That you're taught that in little league. Guys are swinging at balls at their feet, at their chest, up there over their head. Guys can't hit cutoff man. I mean, they're just, the fundamentals on this team is gone. They don't care. I mean, the only one I saw that cared, like I said, was Tommy Canley. He was frustrated. He gave up that run. He was trying to keep the game close. And Judge is on the bench. I thought, of all people, Judge, you catch him, he's just smiling and giggling, and oh well, we're down 6-0. Big deal. You guys are about to miss the playoffs with a almost $300 million payroll. You got to be kidding me. The fans deserve better, and these players, they need to start waking up and playing like they're supposed to be playing. I mean, but it starts at the top. Boone's lost the clubhouse, and Cashman needs to go. Both of them need to go immediately. I mean, how? Come on, you can't be confused now.
I just want to address something else that's in the chat, guys. Please, if you can, stop deleting comments. I see Blue Gold is in the chat. He's saying somebody is deleting his comments. If you guys can, stop deleting Blue Gold's comments. He hasn't said anything that's out of pocket or disrespectful. I will be able to go into the YouTube studio to check to see who's deleting comments, and I will be able to remove moderator status if that's the case. Please, I don't want to do that. Let's just enjoy the conversation. I know we're all frustrated as Yankee fans, and everybody has a different avenue how they like to get off their takes, but please, let's not delete comments. That's not what we do over here, right? Like I said, unless someone's being disrespectful or out of pocket, and Blue Go, even though you may not agree with him, he don't get disrespectful or out of pocket. But like Fireball said, that's embarrassing. He's running around and with a fake cat, like we don't care about winning anymore. Yes, it's embarrassing. Like Tat said earlier, he said optics. It's the optics. We shouldn't be acting like that when we're losing this bad.
Right.
That it's all about optics. If you're trying to set an example, if you want your fan base to believe that this team can make a run, you need to start acting like you give a damn.
Yeah. That's true. Facts. I mean,
point blank. 41 people in the building. If you guys can, please smack that like button for your boys as we continue the conversation. Go ahead, TC. Get your thought off.
Yeah, that's another reason why the fans are upset. I mean, Hal, you said you're confused. Look we're upset because your players don't care. We're paying good money to see this. If you guys were winning in first place, yeah, joke around all you want. Hey, we're, we expect people to enjoy themselves, and they're not robots out there. They're not going to just be, But when you're in a huge losing streak, and you're not winning games here, and you're making mental mistakes, you're making all kinds of mistakes, you're not hitting, and you're goofing off. I mean, I'm sorry, if that was a high school team or a college team, those guys would have been benched. But honestly, the coach could have gone out there and said, you know what, we forfeit. Our guys aren't even ready they're not prepared to play. Just I'm taking them all off the field. We're going home. You got to embarrass these guys. They're not feeling any pressure. Like, oh, I got my money. You should be thankful you're a major leaguer and you're over there goofing around. It's this generation. I tell you, man. If this was Jeter, Thurman Munson, ex-captains we had, this would not happen. There is no way. And honestly, we haven't won anything since George Steinbrenner and Derek Jeter left. And we need to bring those guys back. We need to bring Derek Jeter or some of those dynasty type players, Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams. They need to be brought back in this organization to actually, teach these guys a lesson or something. Spank their butts, because that's what I mean. Honestly, that's what they need. They do.
And it's frustrating, man, because we're still gonna watch this team no matter what. We're still gonna tune in every night. We're gonna go to the stadium to support, and that's what's frustrating, because last month, Hal Steinbrenner said, we're in the middle of June. It's the first week of June. Why are fans upset? It's the second week. Why are fans upset? How? We are on July 20th. This is a Thursday, July 20th. The New York Yankees, we are in last place in the American League East. I understand it's the toughest division in baseball. If we was in the Central, we'll be in first place. Well, guess what? We can't use that as an excuse, because we're not in the Central. We're in the American League East. We are in last place. The Baltimore Orioles, they just got into first place.
Right.
Baltimore's in first place right now. Tampa was losing. We didn't make up any ground. We got worse. And without Aaron Judge, we're a worse ball club.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, TC. I dropped my phone. I gotta get it. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, don't forget we're 3.5 games out of the wild card. And with this new system, I mean, it's like everybody gets in the playoffs. But not this year. At this point, being 3.5 games out, I mean, I get it with Judge being out, but you can't have a team based on one player. Especially in baseball. I mean, there's no excuses. There's no excuses anymore.
Uncle Tad said Hicks wins.
Hicks wanted to get off the team, and he got his wish, and he's better off. Look, he's in first place.
Casey Funtime in the chat. Shout out my guy Casey Funtime. The New York Yankees are showing their true championship caliber. It's not even close. This team is falling faster than the easy 1, 2, 3 innings on offense. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you blink and you miss their innings when they're on when they're up to bat. Seriously, it goes so fast.
I want to bring something up. Shout out to my brother Pete Simonetti. He reported on this a couple of days ago or yesterday.
Shout out
but
to
Max
Pete.
Goodman on Twitter, the Yankees are 50-46 this season. That's not including yesterday's loss, so they're 50-47 right now. New York is 82-81 in their last 162 games.
Yep.
They are 102-98 in their last 200 games. We are a 500 ball club. You know what's frustrating, TC, is that at last year's trade deadline, right, when we traded for Andrew Benintendi, one of the things that Brian Cashman said was that our offense was stale and we needed to get more athletic, right? You guys remember when Brian Cashman said that? You remember when he said that?
Yep.
We got Andrew Benintendi because we needed to get more athletic. This offseason came. The offseason went. We lost Andrew Benintendi. So from your comments that you made last trade deadline, I'm assuming that you willingly let your team get unathletic by letting Andrew Benintendi go. Is that a fair statement for me to make, TC?
Yep.
Because he said last year when he traded for him, traded for him to get more athletic. Right. But this offseason, you let him walk away. That only tells me that you willingly let your team get more or less athletic by letting Andrew Benintendi get away and not addressing the loss of Andrew Benintendi. Is that a fair statement to make, TC?
Yes. Fair.
And I get what NFE is saying. Benintendi never wanted to be on this team. It was clear. I get that. No. I get that. But that's not my point why I bring it up. My point is that Brian Cashman said he traded for Benintendi because our offense was stale and we needed to get more athletic. In the offseason, he let Andrew Benintendi walk away. which only proves to me that he willingly let this team get less athletic by letting Andrew Benintendi go.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't address anything. They brought back Judge and Rizzo, and that was it. They brought in Rodon, but that didn't fix the offense. But apparently, according to Cashman, bringing in Rodon was going to fix everything because that's all they did. Having platoon left field and bringing guys, DFA'd guys and guys that were just tossed aside by other teams. Non-athletic guys that we already have on the lineup didn't help it. Didn't help this team. And I don't get the direction. If you say you say one thing last year, you need to get more athletic. This year, you let an athletic guy go, and you do nothing. Where's this team headed? What are you doing? That's what I mean. They have no idea what's going on. They really don't.
I want to give a couple shout outs real quick. Shout out my guy Nathan Ramachandra from the NR Hour. Nathan. My guy Nathan, what it do? Nathan, just message me back, bro, so we can set up that meeting and have that conversation. Appreciate you, Nathan, for always popping up and always showing support for the channel. Blue Gold said, let's talk about Rodon and his injury and how his pitching has been terrible to this point. Facts. Yeah. He's out there looking like Carl Pavano 2.0.
Yeah.
That's what he's looking like right now. My guy Patrick Sinclair in the chat, appreciate you for tuning in. Salute, salute, salute. Benintendi never even got an offer from Cashman. Yes. And that's what's even more upsetting about the whole entire situation is the fact that Brian Cashman traded for someone and he came out there and said, we're trading for him because we need to get more athletic. And you let the man go in the offseason and you did not replace him. You didn't pivot to make a move to replace Andrew Benintendi. I wanted Andrew Benintendi to work out in the Bronx. He had the perfect nickname, Benny Blanco from the Bronx. That's what I was calling him last year. Well, guess what? Benny Blanco ain't here anymore. When's the last time the Yankees had a left fielder that we said, you know what? That was our left fielder for about 3 seasons in a row. We went into last season without a center fielder. Why are you constructing half-ass teams? Just let that sink in, TC. We went into last year without a center fielder and without a left fielder. But we were supposed to compete for a championship.
Yeah.
You are wasting the prime out of our best player. Garrett Cole's having his best season as a Yankee. It's going to waste.
Yep.
Aaron Judge, amazing season last year, went to waste. He got off to an amazing start this year. He got injured. What a waste.
Is you spent the money on 2 to 3 players and you didn't address all the other needs. And that's the problem. Terrible contracts and unathletic overpaid bums. That's what we are. That's what this team is. Sad.
Now, a report came out yesterday, right? And this is what's more frustrating. A report came out yesterday from Ken Rosenthal in The Athletic that said that the Yankees, their dealings at the trade deadline might be influenced by a desire to get under the luxury tax threshold. I'm going to say that again. Their dealings at the deadline might be influenced by a desire to get under the highest luxury tax threshold. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? A week ago, we were talking about trading for Ohtani and Juan Soto.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about trying to get under the luxury tax. You just when the Yankees play tomorrow in Yankee Stadium, when they walk on the field, you will see those jerseys with that ugly ass insurance patch on it. $25 million you're getting paid. And you want to talk about getting under the luxury tax? Are you out of your fucking mind, Hal Steinbrenner?
Yeah.
Just let that sink in, fans. Tomorrow, when you're watching the Yankee game on fucking Apple TV because it's Friday.
Yeah.
And you see that jersey with that patch on it. They're getting paid $25 million, but our owner wants to get under the luxury tax? Go ahead, TC.
Yeah, the team's worth what? $7 billion, and They're pinching pennies over here. I mean, come on. You got to be kidding me. I mean, what are you doing? What's the plan? There's no plan. You want to get better. You spend all this money in the offseason. Now all of a sudden you want to get under the luxury tax? I don't get it. I just don't. They have no idea what the hell they're doing, what direction they're going. I mean, I think they're detached from reality because Hal's still confused why anyone's upset. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, he's out there, drumming up deals with Star Insurance and who knows what other ads are going to be out in the outfield. It's oh my God. How do you get behind this team? Nobody knows what's going on. Your manager doesn't know what's going on. Cashman has no clue what players to get, or I even heard that they're looking at getting Salvador Perez. What you're trying to get under the cap, but then you're going after another catcher when we have Ben
different
Rortvedt
avenues
in
for
the
different
minors.
rumors.
What's going on here? What?
And it's not like Ben Rortvedt hasn't been hitting at AAA. He definitely has been hitting at AAA. But what are we doing? What are we doing? Josh Donaldson is not going to be a Yankee anymore.
No,
we got to make moves. We got a week and a half to try to figure it out. You got to wake up. We got swept by the Angels. That was the first time we got swept by the Angels since 2009. We struck out 42 times against them in a 3-game series. They set a franchise record for strikeouts in a 3-game series. And this is a franchise that had Nolan Ryan in his prime.
Yeah.
And they set a franchise record over a 3-game series against us. I'm going to say this again. This is a franchise that had Nolan Ryan in his prime, but we struck out the most against them in a 3-game series in 2023.
Unbelievable. I mean, these guys should be seriously on the phone with anyone and everyone about who do you want?
Mm-hmm.
You want Rizzo? You need a first baseman? Go ahead. You need a second baseman? Gleyber Torres. You need, a utility guy? DJ LeMahieu.
Mm-hmm.
They better be on the phone because it's time to unload. I mean, they think they're going to be buyers. I don't think so. I think if they sell off, they'll be better off. Honestly, I don't think they can get worse. I mean, you have your little emergency button. I think you should go ahead. I think that's what we need. I think.
I think it's perfect time. I think the New York Yankees, you got to hit the panic button because the panic is setting in.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Yeah, it is. That's it.
Self-destruct. And even if, and this is the thing that's more frustrating, we got 50 people in the building. If you guys can't smack that like button, let's run it up real quick. My guy Nathan Ramachandra said, we got to call up the prospects in our opinion. Yes, you got to do something. Do something that's different. And now Harrison Bader, who's most likely going to go on the IL because he got hit in the back and was taken out of the game.
Contusion.
What are you not going to call up Estevan Florial now? You're going to use that as an excuse to keep him in the minors?
They got Willie Bang Bang coming up.
The only offense because Willie Bang Bang's coming back. The only offense we got was from Frenchie Cordero, and that's a guy that we didn't even want at the major league level.
Wow.
The only offense is from a guy that we didn't even want up here. Shout out to Frenchie, though, for coming through.
Yeah.
The only offense we got was from Frenchie Cordero. 3 hits. Both Peraza and Anthony Volpe, they struck out 14 times in this series. 14 times.
Yeah, Peraza had a good first game, but man, the next 2.
He had an amazing first game against the Rockies, getting on base 5 times. And guess what? He said, hold my beer. I'm going to strike out 7 times.
I don't know what happened. It's contagious. Everything. It's like they all got it. They all caught something at the same time.
Like NFE just said, they have Frenchie Cordero. No, sarcasm, Hector. Yes, yes. Shout out my guy Alan Landsman in the building. To reach 90 games, they need to go 40 and 25.
No way.
That's not happening. Yes.
They got a harder schedule. Look at their schedule coming up. They got Tampa Bay and Baltimore coming up.
We just messed up the weakest part of our schedule.
Yeah. Watch them get swept by Kansas City.
You know what? I'm hoping that they get swept by Kansas City. I'm hoping because maybe something happens if we get swept by Kansas City. Back in 2016, right? Back in 2016, when the Yankees decided to trade at this trade deadline, right? I got some notes that I want to bring up because I was able to do a little bit of a deep dive. Hold on, let me get my notes real quick. At that time, the Yankees record, they were 4 games out of a wild card spot. They were 3 games above 500. We had the exact same record right now
we're at. Yep.
that what we had in 2016. The difference is in 2016, you ain't have that extra wild card in there to help you make the postseason. Even with that extra wild card in there, we're still 3.5 games out from that last wild card spot. So we're literally in the same exact spot we were in 2016. The only difference is 2016, A-Rod's last year before they forced him to retire. The baby bombers were coming. If we decided to trade away Andrew Miller and Aroldis Chapman, Andrew Miller, who was probably one of the best relievers in baseball for a couple of seasons in a row, right now, tell me right now, anyone on this roster that we could trade away and get a top 10 or top 15 prospect back, name me. Can you name me, TC? Anyone on this roster
the closest
that's not Aaron Judge?
Yeah, the closest would probably be Gleyber Torres, but I don't think you're getting a top 10.
I don't think you're getting top 15 prospect for Gleyber Torres.
No.
Who's giving you top 15 prospect for Gleyber Torres who's going to be a free agent after next year?
No, there's nobody.
Even if we decided to sell at the deadline, what are we going to get for Clay Holmes? Mid-level prospects? Are we going to get a top 15 prospect back for Clay Holmes? Top 10 prospect back for Clay Holmes?
No.
What about Wandy?
No, are you kidding? No.
You ain't getting dick for Luis Severino.
No. We'll have to probably include.
You'll probably have to include prospects to get off of Luis Severino.
Right. Yeah.
So even if this team decided, you know what? We're going to run it back next year. We're going to trade away some of our veterans. We're going to call up our prospects. What are you going to get for any of these veterans that are on the team? Who is calling Brian Cashman right now to trade for DJ LeMahieu? Who is calling Brian Cashman to trade for Anthony Rizzo?
Nobody. Not one.
The other best probably trade piece you got is Harrison Bader, but what are you going to get for Bader? Not much because he's a free agent after this year.
Yeah, and he doesn't stay on the field. Look, he's already going to go another IL stint. Yeah, nobody.
My guy Blue Gold, he hit it right in the. Maybe Domingo Germán will bring back the best deal. Maybe because he threw a perfect game this year, and he's a pitcher, and pitching is a high end commodity in the market. Maybe.
Yeah. Right.
But you're not getting much.
Nope. No, you're not. Got to bring in we have a guy in Sabian. Bring him in to take over Cashman's role, and it's clean house time. You got a clean you actually got a clean slate. You got Judge, Cole, Rodon, maybe Volpe, everybody else. Maybe Peraza.
This was something that was in the article from Ken Rosenthal. A possibility would be for the Yankees to trade second baseman Gleyber Torres to open up a spot for Peraza, a rookie earning a minimum salary. Torres, an above-average offensive player with an additional year of club control remaining, would have little value. But by trading him, the Yankees would risk thinning out their infield. That is too much pressure to put on DJ LeMahieu, especially while he is struggling and Josh Donaldson not returning for the rest of the season. So even if they wanted to trade it away Gleyber Torres, we don't got backup because DJ is struggling and DJ has been injured himself.
I mean, the season's a wash. You got to bring up the kids and see what you have. I mean, you bring the kids up, see what they do. If it doesn't work, you got to trade. I mean, we're the Yankees. They always go out and get the big names.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do both. You can't hug the prospects and then try to get these guys in free agency. You can't. You got to one or the other here. You're gonna this trade deadline, either get rid of your prospects and go for a Soto, something like that, some big, huge splash that would maybe turn around this season, or you play all your kids. You just play them all. Let's go see what you have going into next year, and you evaluate. You get rid of Boone, you get rid of Cashman, you bring in some actual baseball knowledgeable, GM and a manager that knows how to manage and not babysit, and go from there. You can see it. It needs to be wholesale changes, fire sale. I mean, it has to be.
Want to give a shout out real quick. Dugout Station. Shout out my our friends Julian and Sandy. My guy Julian last night was on with Keith McPherson on WFAN to close the show. Julian, shout out to you. Did a great work on it, and he put up a name in the chat. He says, "Call up Everson Pereira." Yes, at this point, Everson is killing it down there at the minors. Shout out to Jason from 161 River Ave, my guy Jason. Like I said, if you guys didn't watch the episode yesterday with Jason, Uncle Tats, and Mikey Mazza with Scott Braun, please go make sure you watch it and give a subscribe to Pinstripe Chronicles. Who else we got in the chat? Hold on. My guy Pop Unpopular Opinion says, only way to know if your farm is any good is to try them out in the show. Absolutely, Pops. I just have no faith in this front office that they will let the kids play. And you said to sell, TC, I'm with you. We should be selling at the trade deadline instead of buying at the trade deadline. Mm-hmm. But you got to look at this team. Who are we selling? And what are we getting back?
Yeah, you're right.
If we try to trade DJ LeMahieu, we're gonna have to give up a prospect so somebody could take on his contract.
Right.
There's no way we could get off of Giancarlo Stanton. And my God, seeing Giancarlo Stanton in the outfield, I know a lot of Yankee fans, we were saying, we need to see Giancarlo's out there. We need to see Giancarlo's out there. Did you not see that man not being able to run down a ball in the corner in right field? That's why he's not out there every day as an outfielder, because he doesn't have the legs underneath him.
No, it looks like he's going at 50%. But I mean, that's actually his full capacity, because he can't run because he feels he's gonna pull a muscle, and we can't have those type guys anymore. We're the New York Yankees. This is not what I remember. I mean, honestly, yesterday I had to put up some go through some video of the 96 team, 98, 99, and just I had to get some good feelings, because I was tired of seeing this awful 2023 team. I mean, I need to see some real effort, some hustle, some guys with guts, guys with heart. I mean, they gutted games out, clutch hitting, clutch pitching. I mean, this team is so far off from those teams. But do yourself a favor, guys. Find some videos of some dynasty years and reminisce. Bring a tear to your eye. It'll help you out. Trust me. Today,
don't worry. Don't worry though. Don't worry. Just know that if you were the manager of the Yankees, you can make some moves. You see that when he told that to John Boy, to Jake and John Boy. When you're the manager of the Yankees, you can make that decision. Word. That's what you're saying.
Response to that, Hector? What if he said that to you? He said, "Hey, what if you if you were the manager, we'll see what you could do."
Honestly, I'm still a loss for words, because I can't believe that he actually said that. That literally felt like my nephew, who's in the second grade, third grade, telling me, "Well, you know what? You could do it better. Let's see if you can do it better." That's how it felt.
That's a kid taking his ball and running home. Like, I'm not, game's over. I'm taking my ball.
He pulled it. He pulled the Eric Cartman. He literally said, "Screw you guys. I'm going home."
Yeah.
He literally felt like watching my nephew have a conversation with Jake and John Boy.
Yeah, that's how he acts.
And then finally, he came out yesterday and said, "You know what? The offense is pretty bad. Really? Really, Boone? It took you till July 20th to realize that this offense was bad? Really? So hopefully not now since Boone came out after the game and said the offense is bad, hopefully now that lights a fire under the players. I don't think so.
What about when he said, "Oh, Canning had his game, but we made him work." You made him work?
Made him
He
work.
struck you out.
Struck you out 16 times.
Oh my God. It was
He
17
worked
total.
you.
Yeah. He worked them. Exactly.
Look, Jiggerman right
Oblivious.
here. I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
That's right,
exactly
Jigga.
what it feels like.
Mhm.
Jason was typing the same thing. Got to give a little bit of an update because Aaron Judge was running around on the bases yesterday, right? More progress for Aaron Judge, according to Brian Hoach, who is now running the bases for the first time since his injury. And also, we got 60 people in the building. So if you guys can't, please smack that like button. Let's run up the likes on this live. Last one, we had about like 95 likes. Let's get this back to the same way. Let's get to 90 likes on this one also. But I brought this up because my guys from Fireside Yankees, shout out to my guys Dylan, shout out to my guys Ryan. He said, I don't even think Aaron Judge returning can fix this offense. Maybe he hits a home run or has a few hits, but he can't fix everyone. Facts.
Right.
Even if Aaron Judge was to come back, are we going 40-25 in order to get to 90 wins?
Not even close. And who's to say he's 100%? I mean, are we going to get the Aaron Judge from last year or the beginning of the season? Or are we going to get some sort of, 50% of Judge where he strikes out and he can't play the outfield? So now we have, 2 DHs. I mean, I don't know.
I am. Shout out to I am that I am. He said Yankee Stadium is a safe space. It ain't gonna be a safe space for them.
Oh, I don't know.
When they walk into Yankee Stadium tomorrow, when they hit the field with that ugly ass patch, it's not gonna be a safe. And God forbid, Kansas City starts off the top of the first, scoring 3 runs. God forbid. If the Yankees, if they're losing 3-0 after the first inning, these fans are gonna let you know how we feel, and they rightfully should.
Honestly, I think when they take the field in the top of the first inning,
boo.
You're gonna hear
They should
a
get
whole
booed.
lot of boos.
They should get booed.
Yes, they deserve it. They do.
They definitely deserve it. We are in last place. This is July 20th. I'm tired of that excuse of, well, we play in the toughest division in baseball. Yes, but you're still in last place.
There should be no excuses. I don't care about this stuff.
There's no participation trophy because you're in the toughest division in baseball. There is none. And there shouldn't be.
They're the New York Yankees with one of the highest payrolls. No excuse. No excuse.
Steve said, I said it before, they should forget about the roll call. Steve, you know what they should do?
Yep.
You know what they should do? They should boo every player. Every player should be booed during that roll call. Every single one of them.
They don't. That's a tradition, and that's for pride. They don't deserve that. This team does not deserve it.
But guess what? They're gonna try to save face. They're gonna do the same thing all over again every season as well. We got Nestor Cortez who's coming back. Luis Severino, he looks strong in his last outing. Greg Allen, he's coming back off of the IL. Jonathan Lasagna, he's coming back. That's going to help out our bullpen. How does any of that fix this offense?
Doesn't.
Just like John Boy asked him, how does any of that fix this offense? And I think Boone was shocked that John Boy pushed back like that. You saw it in his face. Because Boone would say, well, we got Nestor coming back. We got Jonathan Lasagna coming. Those are going to be big improvement. And John Boy literally say, well, that's not going to fix the offense. And Aaron Boone literally was confused. Didn't know what to say. Guess he wasn't expecting that from John Boy and Jake. Shout out to John Boy and Jake for pushing back.
He's like the press secretary in the White House. Just expects all the easy questions, and he doesn't know how to answer them. He's just all mumble jumbo and blah blah blah, and oh yeah, we're professional. Get out of here. Enough of that. Enough excuses. Good for John Boy. Push back on that.
Yeah, no more softball questions. Enough is enough. Yeah. He wondered how Steinbrenner literally said out of his mouth, "This is the first week of June. Why are fans upset? How? This is July 20th. We are upset because we are in last place."
Hey, but Hector, we fired our hitting coach. We brought in Sean Casey. Can't you see the difference?
The big difference. 42 strikeouts to the 3-game series against the Los Angeles Angels, who literally just got destroyed against the Houston Astros, and who bullpen was basically walking around with Band-Aids.
Yeah. Boone said that was the thing. Casey's making a change. He's making a difference. You can see it. Wow. Really? 1-5. Big difference.
Well, it's the 3rd week of July now, Hal. Absolutely. Yeah.
What's Hal gonna say now? Is he due to be on any talk shows or anything?
I don't know. He probably is gonna go MIA.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you this right now, Yankee fans. I'm tell you this right now. If you guys go to a Yankee game and Hal Steinbrenner has to go on the field to present anyone with a check or anything like that, you need to turn your back on Hal Steinbrenner. Just turn your back on Hal Steinbrenner. That's what you need to do. Point blank, period.
Yeah. I wish there was a way that fans could, get back at him, but they're all gonna show up at the ballpark, and the Yankees are gonna get their money. But
without Aaron Judge, we are a sub 500 team. Without Aaron Judge, we are a sub 500 team. It dates all the way back to 2019. When Aaron Judge is not in the lineup, the Yankees are under 500. When Aaron Judge is in the lineup, the Yankees are well above 500. We have a 66% winning percentage with Aaron Judge in the lineup.
I don't know how one player can make that huge of a difference, but man, it goes to show you they miss him a lot. Just his presence in the lineup, I guess, makes the offense, somehow hit. I don't.
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. And then now we got to ask ourselves, what do we expect the Yankees to do at the trade deadline? We got Shohei Ohtani on screen. We got Cody Bellinger on screen. We got Juan Soto on screen. Evan Roberts from WFAN yesterday on his radio show, I was listening to it. That's not the Yankees I know. Hold on. I'm going to say it again. That's not the Yankees I know. And this is from a Met fan. Evan says the Yankees' reported mission to get under the current luxury tax threshold. That's not the Yankees that he knows. And this is from a Met fan. None of us fans want to hear you talk about the luxury tax, especially especially when they're going to hit the field with that insurance patch on the jersey for the first time tomorrow against the Kansas City Royals.
They're
paying you $25 million a year, and you got the nerves to talk about the luxury tax threshold? Are you out of your mind, Hal?
I'll probably raise the prices of the chicken tendies tomorrow. Watch.
My guy Zook in the building. Zook, I knew that was you backstage, Zook. We had you didn't see it, but it popped up, and it was just a blank box that said Francisco Alvarez. And if you check out private chat, you can see the private chat says "Let's go Mets." I knew that was you, Zook. I had a feeling it was you, Zook. Shout out my guy Zook. Make sure if you guys haven't, he has access to StreamYard. That's why. If you guys haven't tuned into the Rangers Ice Brew, make sure you check out our guys. My guy Zook. Make sure they do a great job over there, Zook and Brian.
Yeah,
they do a great job.
Yeah, something to look forward to because this Yankee team, man.
Exactly. My guys Zook and Brandon. Zook and Brandon be killing. I said Brian for Zook and Brandon. I expect them not to go for Soto because I don't believe in Cashman or the front office. So let's get older, like we've been doing. Yes, and that's the thing with Derek Jeter coming out and saying the Yankees should trade Juan Soto. Brian Cashman's ego is going to get the best of him in this conversation. Brian Cashman's ego is not going to let him trade for Juan Soto because Derek Jeter said it on national TV during the All-Star game.
Yeah. That got under his skin. I know it did.
Oh, definitely.
They don't like each other.
My guy, the Bleachers on Twitter, said the Yankees must sell at the trade deadline. I'm truly worried about the future of this team if they do not. But I understand the whole idea of selling. I definitely do. If we get swept by the Kansas City Royals and I come back Tuesday, I'm going to be singing a different song. I'm definitely going to be singing a different song. But all I'm asking when it comes to selling, can you name me anyone on this roster that is not Aaron Judge or Garrett Cole that you could trade away to a team that's trying to get to the championship that will bring you back a top 15 prospect? Can y'all name me anyone on this roster? When we did it in 2016, like I said, we had Andrew Miller, who's one of the best relievers in baseball for a couple of seasons. That's why we were able to get back Clint Frazier and Justice Sheffield.
And we got Gleyber back.
And Billy McKinney. The reason why we was able to get Gleyber was because we traded Aroldis Chapman to the Cubs.
Right.
We don't got no Chapman on this. We don't got 2016 Aroldis Chapman on this team. We don't got 2016 Andrew Miller on this team. We don't got 2016 Brian McCann, 2016 Carlos Beltran. We don't got them.
Honestly, as the New York Yankees, we should be 1 or 2 players away from being considered a World Series caliber or championship run. We're about 8 players away. And that is sad. That is sad.
I'm actually, because Pop just put it in the chat. Gleyber can get you a top 15 prospect. Do you think Gleyber can get us a top 15 prospect? That's a big maybe. That's a big maybe. Only reason why I say that is, one, he's a free agent after next year. You don't have that much control over Gleyber Torres. But you may be able to trade him to a team like the Seattle Mariners, who need an offensive second baseman. You may be able to get a top 15 prospect back for him. Clay Holmes may be able to get you a top 15 prospect back in return. Maybe. But those are just 2 players. You're not getting a top 15 prospect back for Wandy Peralta, for Jose Trevino, for Anthony Rizzo, for DJ LeMahieu. You're not.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of hamstrung. I mean, what do they do? I mean, they would have to attach prospects, and what we don't want to get rid of prospects. We want to get rid of our older players.
Like Hector Cruz just brought up great point. Shout out my guy Hector Cruz. Maybe packaging Gleyber and Herman can bring you back some prospects. Maybe. But even that, I don't think this front office is going to do that. Because, also a big difference between 2016 and right now, what the big difference is, TC?
What is it?
The 2016 team, they didn't have Aaron Judge in the weeds. There was no hope down the pipeline. There was no, maybe Nestor Cortez can come back. Maybe Jonathan Lasagna can come back. Maybe Aaron Judge can come back. That 2016 team didn't have that.
Yeah.
That's one of the big differences. And because Aaron Judge is injured and maybe coming back, that may be the only reason why the front office don't trade sell at the trade deadline.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think you have that. You made a good point. It's true. And then that's the excuses that Cashman's going to give everybody. He's going to name off all those people, and we have all these guys coming back. We're just waiting. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Yeah, it's July 20th. We're out of patience already. So,
and Steve, I agree with you, Steve. Go ahead, TC.
Packaging Gleyber and Herman, that's not the problem. Those are the guys we could get something for them, but that's not the problem. The problem is Rizzo and LeMahieu and Stanton. Those contracts we need to get rid of, and if we're trying to get under the luxury tax and rebuild with athletic guys. So it doesn't help us getting rid of Gleyber and Herman. Doesn't help us at all.
Nope. And like Jason just said, those 3 coming back healthy still ain't enough. Absolutely, Jason.
It's not, but they're gonna keep drilling.
They're going to force it down our throat that's enough.
What we're waiting for. Yep.
I don't think anyone coming into this season, we thought we knew Josh Donaldson was bad, right? But did you expect what you got out of him this season, TC, or did you expect more?
From Josh Donaldson?
from Donaldson?
No, didn't expect anything from him. I saw
No. But what I'm saying is the stats that we got from him below 100, 140 batting average.
Did I expect that?
Did you expect a 140 batting average from Josh Donaldson?
No, I didn't expect that. I
That's what I'm
maybe
talking
like
about.
a 230, a 240. Yeah, I did not.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't think any of
No.
us expected Josh Donaldson to bat 140.
No way.
Anthony Rizzo, did you expect Anthony Rizzo to be struggling the way he is right now?
I didn't expect the struggle, but I saw how he was playing last year down the stretch, and I think he finished batting 225, 230. So that's him now. Yeah, he gets off to these hot starts and then he cools off, and yeah, I kind of expected this Rizzo actually.
What about DJ?
No, DJ, that's one that I'm like still scratching my head. I don't know what happened to him. That's a big mystery. Big mystery.
What about Giancarlo Stanton?
Minus the home run production. This is about. I mean, yeah, he is kind of below his average. I didn't expect it to go this low. So yeah, I'm a little shocked at the underproduction from Stan. Yeah.
So when you look at our core players that are pieces that are put around Aaron Judge to help him out, Anthony Rizzo, DJ LeMahieu, Giancarlo Stanton. We got to bring up Josh Donaldson because he's not going to be on the team anymore. Right. But those three players, they are the main reason why the New York Yankees are in last place right now. No one else but those three players are the main reason why the New York Yankees, we are sitting at last place on July 20th because Anthony Rizzo hasn't had a home run since May. Giancarlo Stanton is not the same Giancarlo Stanton. And DJ LeMahieu, for some reason, never thought about mechanics growing up. So he's at a later stage of his career. He ain't got no mechanics.
Yeah. Got a slow bat. Yeah.
Got a slow bat. He can't catch up to the fastball anymore. You'll have some games that you'll see DJ LeMahieu. Oh, he just pulled that inside fastball down the left field line. He got himself a double. Maybe this is the time where DJ starts to turn it back. What happens the next 4 games? He goes 0 for 12.
Very inconsistent.
He had an amazing opening first 2 games against the Rockies. They were amazing. Multi-hit games, both games. The third game, they moved him up to cleanup. He goes 0 for. What's the bed?
No.
Did he get a hit in this series against the Angels?
I don't know.
Nope.
Did he?
No.
Not one hit.
Not one hit. This entire series against the Angels.
And that's your former batting champ.
And that's our former batting champ, a.k.a. leadoff hitter. Shout out my guy, NYY's numero uno, Ruben, in the building. Donaldson is already hurt. He doesn't need to be related. Just put him on the 60-day IL that removes him from the 40-man roster.
I don't understand why they didn't do that.
Why haven't they done that? And they gave Anthony Rizzo off yesterday when they have an off day today.
And they were facing a right-hander. It wasn't a lefty. I don't.
So something must be up with Anthony Rizzo. If you're going to rest him, give him the day off, the last game in Anaheim, knowing you got an off day, so you can give him 2 days off before coming back home.
Nobody's right. I think the whole team is just. Can you put them all on the IL and just bring up Scranton? Jeez. More exciting to watch than this team. This is worse than watching paint dry.
This is the only way to get rid of Cashman. And that's what I'm so happy you brought that up. I am that I am. And I've said this so many times. The only way that we are going to see changes for the New York Yankees is if this team go through some dark times. That is the only way. You'll see a change from the front office and you'll see a coaching change. The only way that will happen is if this team does not make the postseason and if we keep going the same way we're going. Because right now it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing watching the game. As soon as they score a run, this game's over. Anytime the Yankees are down 1-0, 2-0, 4-0, 3-0, automatically in your head, you have it in your head.
10.
This game is over.
Yeah.
This game is over. 4-0, 5-0. It feels like 20-0 for the Yankees.
It does. Because they get down. You see their attitudes. They're all the heads down and sluggish and no
I'm gonna
heart.
give a shout out to my
No
guy
heart.
Dane Huber in the building. My guy
What's up,
Dane,
Dane?
how you doing?
I think I saw Booger Brain. Booger Brain's back. He's in the chat.
Oh, Booger Brain's in the building. Hold on, let
Yeah,
me
I
look.
saw him.
I ain't see Booger Brain in a minute. Booger Brain, hope
Yeah.
all is. But there he is. He said Tats had to work. I had a work trip, but I'm back, baby. Booger Brain's in the building. Glad to see you back, Booger Brain. My guy Pop said, I think of it like moving these pieces and their roster spots are more important than what we get back. Maybe I'm crazy. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not crazy whatsoever. You cannot go. You cannot finish this season with the players we have on this roster expecting to come back next year. You can't.
There's no way. This can't
There's
happen
no
again.
way.
They did that last year. There's no way this can happen again. They were not going to make the playoffs. And honestly, I hope they finish under 500. Then what excuse are you going to have now, Cashman?
None. You can't have not one excuse. Also, we're sitting at 984 subs, 16 subs away from the magical number
guys.
1K. If you guys can, hit that subby button for your boys. And also, just want to double check on how many likes we are sitting at right now because we got 54 people in the building and we got 43 likes. Let's run up those likes to 50. We got 52 in here. Come on, guys. 7 away from 50. Let's go. Smack that like button. And like Steve says, Pop, you ain't crazy. You definitely not crazy.
No.
So when it comes to this trade deadline, TC, I'm gonna ask you, bro.
Yes.
What are you expecting this team to do?
Well,
let me correct that. that. Two questions. One, what are you expecting this team to do? And two, what do you want this team to do? Okay.
Well, knowing Cashman's going to wait till someone gets DFA'd and he's going to pick them up. That's his type of guy. He wants to, he likes the fixer-upper guys. He wants to, turn them into, the next Luke Voigt or, Matt Carpenter. And he's, those are hard to find. He's not going to do that. He's not going to go out and get anybody. You can forget Bellinger, forget Ohtani, forget Soto. They're not going to do anything. If they do anything, they might get rid of, a bullpen piece, maybe a Clay Holmes, maybe a Wandy, something like that. Some little minor thing that doesn't move the needle at all. And just be patient and tell everybody, yeah, we got, Loizaga, we got Judge coming back, we got, Nestor. Forget you. This is what I want him to do. You got to move on from Rizzo, Stanton, DJ. You got to put them all together, put a prospect in there. Get some top 10 prospects, or either package all your prospects together and you bring in Juan Soto, and you play for next year. You bring in Soto, you have Judge next year. If you don't add Volpe or Peraza, you got 4 guys in there. Build your team around them. Pick up some guys in the offseason. You got a pitching staff of Cole, Rodon, and Nestor, and Herman to build on. You pick up a starter in the offseason, you're fine. But that ain't gonna happen. So, what about you? What do you think they're gonna do?
I just saw someone in the chat, and they just put a name in the chat that I think a lot of Yankee fans are sleeping on. Right? I think this guy could be a game changer. I know Brian Cashman is thinking it, but Jerry put it in the chat. Rougned Odor is available. Maybe Brian Cashman will make that move to bring in one of the best Yankees of recent memories.
That's the guy.
Our friend Rougned Odor. That's the guy. Obviously, I'm laughing. I'm being sarcastic right now.
Pops is the GM.
But Rougned Odor is available. Maybe Brian Cashman will call up Rougned to get him back. We don't know. Maybe. Yeah. What I want the Yankees to do at the trade deadline is not trying to chase the postseason this year.
Right.
You got to try to rebuild for next year. You got to try to retool, do what you can for next year. Right. But that's not going to happen because we know the Yankees are going to try to do what they can to either get under the luxury tax threshold or Brian Cashman is going to make a trade for an outfielder. But it's not going to be for Juan Soto. It's not going to be for Cody Bellinger. It ain't going to be Shohei Ohtani. He's going to trade for Randall Grichuk because he only makes $3 million.
There you go. There you go.
Randall's coming to the Bronx, baby. Yankee fans, get ready. The Randall Gritchett Yankeeography is going to be in full effect.
Another right-hander.
Brian Cashman has targeted his man, and his man only makes $3 million, and his man played in the AL East, and that's who he is going to get. Randall Gritchett from the Colorado Rockies, who, when he's in Coors Field, is a 300-plus hitter. But when he is on the road, fuck that. He hits 250. But the Yankees said, hold my beer. That's perfect for Yankee Stadium.
Perfect.
A guy who splits tell you that he's only good in Colorado. That's who Brian Cashman is going to get.
That's what his analytics is telling him, huh? That's to get that guy. Okay.
Facts.
Yeah.
He makes $3 million. He played in the AL East. His splits say that he's a better home hitter in Colorado. But like I said, Brian Cashman is going to say, fuck that. Hold my beer. I'm getting Randall Gritchett so I can prove every Yankee fan that I'm the smartest person in the room. Nana, nana, boo-boo. I honestly feel that's what whenever Brian Cashman brings up the Yankee fans, I honestly feels like he talks about them, but then he says nana, nana, boo-boo afterwards. I honestly feel that's what he does.
He does things to spite the fans. He does. I think he just tries to frustrate us. On purpose. He does. I'm convinced. Hey, Sandy, how you doing? Sandy's in the chat.
Oh, where's Sandy at? Where's Sandy at? Didn't see Sandy. Sandy's in the building. Shout out to one half of the pipe.
The Pipe.
Make sure you watch the Pipe. They had a great episode also. Every week. Every
Sandy's
episode
on fire.
Getting better and better.
You gotta watch out for her. She gets
Sandy
on fire.
a little firecracker. She a firecracker, but we need it though. We need it though. That's the type of energy we need. If there was any, I'll tell you this right now. If I had to go into if I had to go into a dark alley to fight Brian Cashman and Howard Steinbrenner, I don't want no one else but Sandy right next to me with a knife getting ready to stab these boys up because that's what they deserve. Shout out to Sandy. Shout out to Julian. The Pipe is a real good show. You guys are killing it. Let's see. He's a Hector because he hurt us when he was with Toronto. Yes, that's the only reason. Guys, remember when we traded for Frankie Montas because Frankie Montas had amazing numbers against the Houston Astros? Frankie Montas pitched 2 innings against the Astros and gave up a home run.
Yeah, you forgot to mention Montas. He's going to be part of the Cashman.
Montas is coming back. Don't forget Frankie Montas in September. I said it. Montas is going to be pitching some important games for the Yankees in September.
Yeah. September 23rd, Frankie Montas on the mound. Let's see. I can't wait.
Is that Hector? I forgot to mention. I love the title of today's show. Yes, because today's show is dedicated to the Yankees sucking. They suck right now. This is a level of Yankees suckage I haven't seen in my lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, you got to go back to 89 and 90 when they were, 74 and 80 something. I don't know. I mean, they were terrible.
At least the 2016 team had an excuse to be bad. They had Carlos Beltran, who almost killed himself the year before diving for a ball over the fence in Tampa. You got Brian McCann, who the Yankees signed, thought he was going to pop 30 home runs. He only hit 25 home runs once. You had Jacoby Ellsbury, who was always taking vacations. At least that 2016 team, they had a reason to be bad. We only had one good pitcher, Tanaka.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, I know. We're wasting Garrett Cole's good season. That's the sad part. We got an ace. We got supposedly 2 aces, but one's pitching like an ace, one's pitching like an ass.
Blowing kisses at fans.
Yeah.
Blowing kisses at fans.
Yeah. Have fun.
We got a week and a half. We got a week and a half. We have a week and a half left to the trade deadline. What will this team look like in a week and a half from now? That is going to be our watch. We are going to see what's going to happen over the next week and a half. Are the Yankees going to sell off some pieces so they could get under the luxury tax threshold? Or are they going to go out there and open up the checkbook and add? And that's what's confusing. You got these rumors about Ohtani, about Juan Soto, about Cody Bellinger, but they want to get under the luxury tax threshold? So is that just a warning shot to Yankee fans to let us know that, hey, don't expect nothing big at the trade deadline because we got to get We got to get under the luxury tax threshold.
Slap in the face, it really is. It's just, I mean, what do you expect, Hector? What do you think? Honestly, give me your truthful expectations for what happens with the Yankees trade deadline. What are they? What are they gonna do?
Your guess is as good as mine, bro. Your guess is that I said it. Yeah. Brian Cashman, he has targeted his man, and his man plays for Colorado, and his name is Randall Grichuk. That's the move that Brian Cashman is going to make,
and
that's
one and
only move. That's the only move he is going to make at the trade deadline.
And then just say, fans, we got you a left fielder, and
we got a left fielder, and we got reinforcements on the way. Yep. Just imagine what this team would look like if we were healthy. That's what is going to be told to us. Don't worry, guys. We got our left fielder, Randall Grichuk. He's athletic. Hopefully, we don't lose him this offseason.
Yeah, and then they show video of Aaron Judge running around the bases.
Mm-hmm.
So that's supposed to make us feel warm and fuzzy.
That's supposed to make us Yankee fans forget about everything that's going on. Because Aaron Judge is jogging on the bases.
You sure that was a real? It wasn't AI or anything. It wasn't.
I don't know. It may have been AI. It may have been AI.
Yeah, because I mean they've been smoking mirrors for a long time with us. You know, gaslighting us and telling us this, and he's coming back, and they never come back. I don't know.
We're about to get into the second half of the summer. Are the Yankees going to ruin our summer? The rest of our summer? Is the rest of our summer just going to be ruined because we have to watch this god-awful team? And like Sandy said in the chat, don't worry, Greg Allen is coming back.
Allen, yes.
Don't worry, Greg Allen is on his way back.
Instant offense.
We'll be fine. That's our leadoff hitter, Greg Allen. We'll be good. Don't worry.
That's our left fielder. That's the move Cashman's going to make right there. Just bringing him back up.
Yeah, and Carlos Rodon's wife. Yeah, I had no issue with the tweet that she put out with it because she go defend her man. She go defend her man. I had no issues with that whatsoever.
She was fired up too.
Booger Brain, and I'm out of Xanax tats. That's hilarious. Dane said that she understood why the fans were pissed, and she said she was even frustrated. Yeah. I think we're all frustrated, bro. I think everyone who's associated to this team is frustrated. You got the coaching staff who's frustrated. You got the players who are frustrated, the players' wives who are frustrated. We are all frustrated right now. We just need some type of life. And the only way we're going to get that is if the front office goes out there and makes a big splash for Juan Soto. It's not our pitching is not the issue. It's our offense. The reason why the pitching is struggling so much is because they have all this pressure because the offense can't score any runs. If the offense could score some runs, you take the pressure off the pitchers.
Right.
Look what happened when Clark Smith had a 5-run lead. He pitched the best game of his Yankee career. You got to give these guys the lead so they can feel comfortable, so they don't feel all the pressure. God forbid I walk this guy. The game's over if I give up 1 run.
Right. Yeah. It is. It's a lot to bear when you have to go out there and try to be perfect. Pitching's hard enough, and something's got to change. They got to inject some life into this offense somewhere. Whether it's a trade deadline guy. I mean, I highly doubt the Soto deal. I don't see that.
No, I don't. I'm just saying what I want.
Grichuk, somebody like that. Move on from some of these other guys. Maybe sell and buy. I would love to see that. I don't know if they have a chance to make the playoffs with any moves. I almost think that they need to just play for next year.
Yeah,
and if they do that, that needs to be a full sell off. And if they have faith in all these kids, bring them up now. And see what happens. I mean, it happened a couple years ago when we brought some kids up and injected some life into this team. I mean, we brought Peraza, and we got Pereira, we got possibly Florial, and Chaparro's smacking the crap out of the ball. I mean, there's guys down there. Austin Wells could skip AAA and come here right now. I mean, just go.
Uncle
for
Tats. Speaking of Smith, What a shame. The pitchers that have turned it around is for nothing because of this offense. Absolutely, Tats.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They have to be the most frustrated, the pitchers.
And like Steve Schumann said, Boone didn't create this roster. Cashman needs to go. Absolutely. And what's more frustrating, Steve, is that the season we're having right now, right, may be the worst season of Brian Cashman's tenure as the GM for the New York Yankees. But in the same breath, this year, this is the first year of a 4-year contract extension that he signed in the offseason. So I'm saying that again. This season that we are watching the Yankees right now may be the worst under Brian Cashman's tenure as a GM for the New York Yankees. I understand the 2008 Yankees, we missed the postseason. Copy. I understand other Yankee teams, they missed the postseason. Copy. But I wholeheartedly believe this is the worst team under Brian Cashman because look how bad this offense is. I've never seen an offense that looked this bad while Brian Cashman's been the GM. No. We had Kevin Youkilis and Matt Hollidays in lineup. They weren't this bad.
No, it's been, other years it was our pitching that was bad. Hitting wasn't a problem. And then now of late, it's been the hitting that has been the problem, and nothing's been addressed. He just keeps on with the same team. The roster construction is horrible, and it needs a tear down. And I don't know if Hal has the balls to do it. Just say, you know what, I'm done. I've had enough of this regime.
I'm laughing at Li. I'm sorry. Li say, it's bad when Hector heard the name Chaparro and didn't even said my friend. He didn't even have the energy to do it. The Yankees have broken Hector. Yes, Li. The Yankees have broken my brain. I said this on the last show. Watching the Yankees right now, it feels like I have shaken baby syndrome. It feels like those PSAs from the 90s, don't do drugs, and they have the brain that is just scrambled eggs that you crack. That's how I feel watching the Yankees. My brain has turned into scrambled eggs, not the runny kind, not the good kind, the other kind. That's how my brain feels while I'm watching this team. D-Rod said, my guy D-Rod, and Vernon Wells too on that crappy team. Yes, I'll tell you this right now. If I could go back in time and steal Vernon Wells from that year and bring him to this, I would rather have Vernon Wells playing left field than what we have in left field right now.
Yeah.
I would rather have Vernon Wells in our outfield than having what we have right now. I would rather have Andrew Jones when he was on the Yankees playing in our outfield at this moment.
Yes.
Go ahead, TZ.
I don't know. I'm kind of lost for words to explain to describe this team anymore. I mean, it's just I've seen some bad teams. I mean, I grew up watching the 80s Yankees and 90s, and we were spoiled there, but I don't remember seeing offense this awful. And I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't see anything. I see excuses, and I see, just fairy tales that just promises that these players coming back are gonna, it's gonna make everything change. Bringing in the new, hitting coach didn't do anything. It's like they put band-aids on the symptoms. They don't go after the problem itself, and that's the thing.
Nope.
They don't get at the heart of the problem. The heart is the roster, and Cashman and Boone have to go. They have to go.
Harrison Bader's injury was ruled a contusion to the rib cage. He's going to be evaluated when they get back to New York. So, like I said, get ready for Harrison Bader to go on the IL. I hope he doesn't, but with how everything is being pointed out, he may be going on the IL.
Yep, most likely.
Like Rosie said, can we get Benintendi again? Rosie, please. Something, Rosie. We need something.
He's gonna be our new left fielder.
We getting Rugi Odor. We getting Randall Gritchett. Don't worry. I think Ching-Ming Wong is down at the Yankees complex getting ready to come out the bullpen for the Yankees. Don't worry. You know, I thought I saw Scott Proctor down there also getting ready to make his Yankee comeback. So don't worry. I think the Yankees, they're calling up Brett Gardner to see if he still has anything left in the tank. Maybe Brett Gardner can shake things up for this team. Don't worry. Don't worry. We may have some reinforcements on the way, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I heard, well, I'm not going to say that because this person passed away. I was going to say, I heard Hector Rabu was making his way back, but he passed away. He's not with us anymore. So we can't even have Hector Rabu coming back. Don't worry, Kayagawa, he's going to come back and help our bullpen. There you go. That's going to be the savior to our bullpen. Kayagawa is going to come back from the from baseball purgatory, and he's going to come back to be the ace of our bullpen. Don't worry, guys.
And Gary Sanchez, and we need a catcher.
Like Hector Cruz just says, don't worry. Nick Swisher can play left. Yes, and he's a switch hitter, Hector. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah. The last time we had any heart.
I heard Chuck Knobloch. He learned how to throw a ball from second base again. So maybe we can have him be our leadoff hitter and play second base for us. Maybe.
Sure. Why not? I mean, that's the type of players Cashman wants back. He wants these old guys.
Obviously, me and TC were just pulling each other's legs right now. But TC, we got a game coming up against the against the Kansas City Royals. We started a 3-game stretch against the KC Royals. We got 56 likes on this video right now. So if you guys can't smack that like button, we are sitting at 986 subscribers on the channel, 14 away from 1K, the magical number 1K. I just want to say this right now. No matter how bad the Yankees play the rest of the season, you can count on me and TC to always be here every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Friday for the open panel.
For you,
that's
guys.
Not going to change, right? I see we got people in the chat. We got more people who are joining us. Just know that this show, these conversations, they don't go as far as they do without you guys. You guys drive the conversation. You guys are a big part of this show. So people in the chat, just know that even though the Yankees suck right now, the community that we have built, we are here for one another. Point blank, period.
You're not alone. We're all suffering together.
Yes. And I want to end today's episode by giving my thoughts and prayers to my friend BX Bomber. You guys know BX Bomber. I've had him on the show a couple of times already. Yeah. There was a passing that happened last week. His friend Roger passed away. Roger was an old-time Yankee fan. He used to do content with BX Bomber as well. If it wasn't for Roger, I would have never met BX Bomber in the first place. Roger, he was always in our chats. You guys remember Roger being in the chat. He hasn't been in the chat since March because that's when he got sick and he was in the hospital. But Roger was somebody that was constantly in the chat back from the days when we was on the Knights of Dejan channel. So I want to give my thoughts and prayers to Roger's family, to my guy BX Bomber. It's a tough loss. Like I said, when I got the news that Roger passed, it hit me rough. I was bad. I was bad for a few hours. I had to call my guy Celso to talk to him. Like I said, Roger was someone who was a part of the community that was constantly in the chats. So if you guys can, throw the prayer emoji in the chat for our friend BX Bomber and our guy Roger and his family. Hopefully, when Roger did pass, when he went, it wasn't painful. I wish Roger the best. He was an amazing, amazing Yankee fan. He has a big Instagram page that he will be missed in the Yankee community. So shout out to the community. We appreciate all you guys. If you guys are ever in the TAD and you need that conversation, me and TC, we are always available. TC, any last words for these beautiful people before we get out of here, brother?
Just guys, keep your head up and just know that we're here. We're all suffering through this. Just I guess we try to stay positive. We try to, we don't want it to ruin our summer. But hey, we got outlets like our show. We got Pinstripe Chronicles. We got NYY News TV with Pete. I mean, we're all here. Jason 161. NYY recaps. I mean, if you haven't watched that, I mean, he has some funny, recaps. I mean, you got to check him out, Derek, on there. But we're all here for you guys, an outlet so you can voice your frustrations. Tomorrow we got the open panel. Make sure to come. Bring it tomorrow. We want to hear all your trade deadline suggestions and frustrations and what the Yankees should do going forward. But another shout out to all you guys, the chat. We appreciate everything you guys do, keeping the conversation going, and all the the funny jokes and comments, man. We love it.
Yeah,
Hector,
definitely.
We appreciate you, man.
No, I appreciate you, TC, for everything you contribute to the show. Appreciate you guys. Like TC said, make sure you guys tune in and jump on the open panel tomorrow. It'd be a great conversation. But like always, peace, salutations. Even though the Yankees suck, we are still going to be here. Yankees, deuces.
Peace.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
¿Quieres más? Echa pa' acá, te quiero ver bailar. Se puede ver que no temas nada. Si tú te estiras, yo me tiro, 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 tiro. Si tú te estiras, yo me tiro, 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 tiro. Si tú te estiras, yo me tiro, 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 tiro. Si tú te estiras, yo me tiro, 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 tiro. Si tú te tiras, me tiro. Envidian por su estilo. Todo estaba tranquilo, pero llegaste sola al partido. Y baby, no me voy de aquí sin ti. Todo lo que estás sintiendo lo quiero sentir. Tu enojo, tu coraje, como llegaste aquí. Cantando que Lani, baby, dámela a mí. Por la T-Dress, no ven por la T-Dress. Hop in the phantom, Wazzy y dress. Si quieres, pues nos vamos donde quieras, bebé. Me gusta como habla, tiene un lindo accent brasilera. Benintendi, una atrevida, pero sincera. Que no te ponga a hablar porque ella no te deja. No se plaquea.